What's going on, my Astro family? Welcome to your weekly horoscope overview and reading for the week of September 8th through September 14th, 2024. We got a lot of astrological happenings in the sky, and I'm going to speak generally about how those energies are affecting all of us, and then I'll talk more about how it's going to affect each sign after I give you the rundown of what's actually happening, so you can make more of it to make the transformations and the shifts that you need. Okay, so let's start with the key planetary alignments. First, we have the Sun opposing Saturn. And with this aspect, you might feel like you're losing a little bit of your confidence because of negative thinking, which it's leading to moments of self-doubt. Unfortunately, this is the effect of Saturn. So we just have to work through it. You will definitely feel like progress is slowed by the challenges of these negative thoughts. There's going to be some delays, and that's going to be a little bit confusing. Okay, but this period is encouraging us to go within and to have some self-reflection, so we can take responsibility with regards to what's going on in our lives. And that self-reflection is going to lead to the personal growth that is meant to put us on the path of, despite the restrictive energy that Saturn is bringing. Next, we're going to have Mercury quincunx Neptune. Now, just really quickly, if you don't understand what a quincunx is, that is when you have signs that are 150 degrees apart and they just don't speak the same language. They don't understand each other. So, just imagine if you are trying to get directions from someone and you stop and ask them a question, but they speak a completely different language from you. They don't understand what you're asking, and you don't understand what they're saying to you. And so you have to figure out how to translate so you can speak to one another, so you can communicate with one another. That's what goes on with a quincunx. And the reason why that is because the modalities and the element of the signs that the aspect is happening with, they just are different. The energies are different. So the modality really deals with the energy that the sign has. So the modality deals with whether the sign is fixed. Fixed signs wants to keep things the same. They want to maintain the status quo. Cardinal signs, they want to start anew. Their job is to bring new fresh life into our atmosphere. And then we have the mutable signs, which brings forth transformation. They transform the existing structures. And so when those signs don't really gel with the element of the sign, the elements are fire, earth, air, and water. And so when the modality doesn't mix with the sign, we have lack of understanding. And so that's what this Mercury quincunx Neptune is bringing with us. And so we might have trouble with mental clarity. This is going to be confusing, and we're going to have difficulty aligning intuition with logical thoughts. So there's going to be a lot of trouble with trying to kind of, work that out. So your instincts might feel a bit reliable because, Neptune is involved. And there's going to be a tendency to drift into daydreams. So watch for that. Productivity and communication could suffer as well due to this kind of hazy energy. So, we'll have to figure out how we're going to get through that, and I'll talk more about that in a bit. We're also having Mercury quincunx Pluto, so conversations and anything that we say, any type of exchange of words with another, that might stir up some intense reactions and power struggles. So we just want to watch what we say to people. We don't want to, be having our words cause arguments and misunderstandings, but it might be inevitable because of the energy that's happening here. So also reassessing past choices or adjusting current plans could be beneficial as second guessing is coming now. So that's a positive of it. If you're second guessing something, you might just take a second look at it and see where you can do things differently. We also have Venus this week quincunxing Saturn. This is going to deal with emotional sensitivity. So emotional sensitivity will increase, but the source of the feelings just may not be clear. You might not know where this sensitivity is coming from. It's expressing affection or engaging socially, that can kind of feel awkward or forced. So if you feel that, kind of step back a bit. Yeah, it's naturally going to create some emotional distance, but it will pass. There's going to be a tendency to hesitate in relationships, causing feelings of, isolation. Unfortunately, Saturn, quincunxing Venus, it's going to be a little awkward. Later on, we're going to have Mercury sextile Mars, right? The sextile is a easier energy. We have, situations where opportunities are presented to us, but we have to make the most of those opportunities. So really with this sextile, you're going to be asking yourself, how am I going to seize the opportunity that is presenting, or what do I need to do to behold the opportunity that's in front of me? Because you have to put forth energy with the sextile. And so with this Mercury sextile in Mars, mental energy is sharp. It's going to enable quick decisions and good communication. There's going to be a natural enthusiasm for sharing ideas through this energy. It's going to be turning your thoughts into actionable plans. So you will be able to take action. Productivity is going to be high during this time, and tasks will be handled. The things you got to do is going to be handled with ease because of the energy of the sextile. Later on, we're going to have the Sun square Jupiter. Now, with squares bring on full-on battles, tension, struggle, and conflict. But the point is you need to find a solution so that you can, end up at a better place than after figuring out what the solutions are going to be. Also, squares ask you to find your strength, right? How do you best use this energy to solve the problem or the challenges that's being put before you, right? You want to ask yourself, who do you want to be, or who will you be when this challenge is over, right? How is this challenge teaching you to dig deep and to find your strength? That's why, squares are hard, but they make us who we are. So embrace this energy, right? And with the Sun squaring Jupiter, there's going to be a sense of dissatisfaction and restlessness that may arise. But, it's prompting you to desire more and to find your strength and take the action to be who you want to be and to have the outcome that you want when the challenge is over. There is a risk of overreacting and creating inflated expectations. So just be aware of that. Your optimism, ultimately is going to be high with Jupiter there, right? And the moods may be a bit unstable because Jupiter is blowing it out of proportion, but the energy can feel creative. So use it wisely, right? Find your strength and overcome. That's the point. Now, guys, I want to quickly go over what's happening with the moon, because the moon greatly affects our emotions, or it can affect our emotions. And if we know what's going on, we can make the most of these influences. So the moon's transit is going to be transiting through different zodiac or different signs throughout the week. Each sign the moon passes through is going to bring its own unique energy that's going to impact us significantly. It's going to impact our relationship. It's going to impact our interactions with folks. So you want to be abreast of what's going on. The moon stays in each sign for about 2.5 days. So understanding the order of the transitions can actually help us, prepare for the emotional landscape that we're going to be walking into for the week. And so this week, the moon is moving through Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius. Okay. And so when the moon is in Scorpio, our emotions are deep and intense, driving a desire to explore the underlying truth of, situations that we're in the midst of. And so there's a strong pull towards introspection with this transit, and it's making it a powerful time for personal transformations and shedding old emotional baggage. So feelings of progressiveness or suspicions may also arise. So it's essential to avoid any manipulative behaviors or obsessive thoughts at this time. So you're warned, right? The best activity, you want to manage your finances during this time, engage in deep self-reflection or research. You want to work on personal transformation or psychological healing. That's great with this energy. This energy is great for that. The moon in Sagittarius is going to bring a sense of optimism and adventure, pushing you to seek new experiences and explore different perspectives. All right. It's going to shift the focus away from the details and the desire to look at the broader picture will become strong at this time. Spontaneity is the key here, and there's going to be a tendency to act on impulse rather than on plan. So watch out for that. There may be a risk of overextending yourself or exaggerating situations. So it's important to stay grounded during this time. The best activities at this time is going to be traveling, embarking on new adventures, engaging in physical activities or sports, learning new things or pursuing higher education. Taking part in spontaneous, exciting ventures is also good at this time. And so when the moon is in Capricorn, the need for structure and discipline is going to become more apparent, and that's going to push you to focus on long-term goals and responsibilities. Time management becomes a priority, and there's a strong desire to work towards tangible results at this time. The energy feels serious and goal-oriented when the moon is in Capricorn, and that makes this a good time for productivity. Though emotions may feel a little bit restrained, right? This period can also feel a bit heavy, but it provides a strong foundation for success overall. The best activities during this time is going to be working on career goals, long-term projects, organizing practical tasks, or making long-term investments, planning and structuring business ventures or personal goals is all good when the moon is in Cap. When the moon is in Aquarius, a desire for freedom and innovation takes over. This leads to a focus on unconventional ideas and progressive thinking. That's Aquarius for you. Emotional detachment allows for more rational approach to situations, encouraging intellectual exploration at this time. Group dynamics and social causes become more important, and there's a pull towards working for the greater good when the moon is in Aquarius. Also, when the moon is in Aquarius, breaking away from routine and embracing new methods is good, although personal freedom may take precedence over rigid structures at this time. The best activities when the moon is in Aquarius is going to be engaging in social groups or activities, brainstorming new and innovative ideas, exploring unconventional approaches to problem solving, and taking part in progressive or humanitarian projects. That's what I got for you overall. Now let's see how this is going to be affecting each of the signs. Let's go, guys. Cancer, the week starts out on September the 8th, Sunday, September the 8th, with the moon trining your sign. At this time, you'll feel a sense of inner calm. This is allowing you to flow naturally with the events and the people that's around you, that's in your environment. Instead of seeking drastic changes, you'll prefer to stick with what's comfortable and familiar at this time. Relationships are super supportive right now, providing a sense of stability and ease for you. Also, the moon is at this time in your fifth house. And so this is a period for you to express your creative side and share your true emotions with those around you. You will find joy in leisure activities such as games, entertainment, and creative pursuits. So let your playful sign come through, because this energy supports fun and energy and spontaneity that's in alignment with the energy that's pulling forth. From the 4th to 11th, you've had and are experiencing a Pallas Athena quincunxing your sign. You could be facing challenges at work or in a personal relationship that may lead to you feeling stressed and confused. You might have to choose between focusing on your own satisfaction and your work or your obligations. Some relationships may feel just way more frustrating than they usually do. And this is causing you to question the value of those relationships in your life. This is going to be a good time to reconsider your approach to your career and personal matters. This is potentially shifting your mindset to make better choices. Also, the 9th through the 10th, you have Mercury sextiling your sign. You'll have an excellent opportunity to network, exchange ideas, and engage in productive conversations. So be on the lookout for that. Your communication skills are super strong at this time, and you could benefit from initiating meetings, phone calls, or important discussions at this time that help you move the needle forward in your career. Mercury on the 9th is going to be in your and that's the 9th through the 26th of September. Actually, Mercury is going to be in your third house. So at this time, you're going to feel mentally energized. You're going to be eager to explore new ideas and engage in stimulating conversations. Short trips or frequent outings are going to crop up, and this can help satisfy your need for variety at the moment and movement. That's going to be definitely at the forefront during that Mercury in the third house visit. This is going to be a great time too for business travel, social engagements, and for learning new skills. Also, for a day on the 9th, you have the moon quincunxing your ascendant. The quincunx is all about awkwardness and redirecting things and what have you. So those around you may feel more challenging to deal with, and their actions might irritate you. Because at this time, you're going to be wanting just more familiarity, but the energy of yours and others don't gel. So this makes it difficult to connect with new or unfamiliar people and situations. But it'll pass. It's only for the day, and that's on the 9th. Also, we're going to be having the moon move into your 6th house later on in the week. At that time, you're going to focus on handling practical matters and attending to everyday responsibilities. You may feel drawn to improve your health or your daily routines. So this makes an excellent time for self-care update or organizing your routines. Also, until the 11th, Venus is going to be opposing Saturn. Venus is opposite Saturn, so you might not feel as outgoing. This is happening from the 8th or 9th ish time frame. You might not feel as outgoing or confident in social settings during this period. So you'll have like a more cautious, reserved approach in your relationships. And that can kind of help you assess your connections and resolve any issues at this time. And this is helping to make you present yourself as, somebody who's dependable. On the 11th, you're going to have the moon oppose your sign. So your interactions with others may be influenced by past experiences. This is leading you to look for or seek out comfort in the familiar. Engaging with unfamiliar people or new circumstances might make you feel uneasy. So this energy is pushing you to gravitate to what feels safe. The moon from the 11th, 10th-ish to the 14th is maybe the 13th is going to be, the 14th, the end of the day, and the 14th, the moon is going to be in your 7th house and is quincunxing your sign when that happens. So at this time, close relationships require attention, and this is going to be a great time to nurture those relationships with the goal of strengthening them. So focus on connecting with people who bring you emotional support, who you give emotional support to, and you guys bring comfort into your lives. That will make your bonds grow stronger when you take the time to nurture those bonds with care. On the 14th, you're going to be having the moon quincunx your sign. So at that time, you might feel, or you might find others to be demanding or just difficult to deal with. And this could lead to frustration. So a desire for the familiar and comfortable surroundings is going to make new or different experiences feel just challenging, because that's just what quincunxes do. And thank you so much, Cancer. If you got some value out of this, go ahead and like and subscribe and let me know in the comments how you're navigating this energy. And until next time, keep your hearts open and your spirits connected.